Hey, how's it going today? So this is what's happening. I'm pulling mite strips today. Today's the 16th of November. So it was 41 days ago that I put the strips on. And this is what it landed on. So 16th of November. It's like 10 degrees out. And as you notice that I'm fully kitted out. And that's because I don't know these bees. And they tend to be a bit more aggressive. And my other bees weren't that aggressive to me. I kind of knew them. You know what I mean? You have that connection between your bees. And when I do something wrong, they give me that look. They turn around, they look me right up top. They say, what are you doing? You know what I mean? That kind of connection with your bees. But anyway, these are swarms, so I don't know them very well. So I'm pulling the mite strips. I did a mite test and they had mites. So generally I don't have to put strips on as I do my tests and all that. And I minimize the amount of chemical I put in my hives by doing brood breaks and my oxalic acid and a bit of chemical. I treat when I need to treat, basically. And I put a bit of chemical into the hives, mostly when I do my brood breaks in the spring. But I really don't know these bees, and they had some mites, so I had to treat them, full on treat them, and I'll treat them again with oxalic acid probably in December and or January if it's a 10-degree day or something like that. I'll give them a shot of oxalic. Yeah, other than that, yeah, generally I don't have to put this much chemical on my hives. I had bee inspectors come over when I was contemplating selling nukes, but I got too busy to sell the nukes. I made up the nukes, got too busy to sell them, and ended up keeping them. So that's how that one goes. Yeah, that's how that one goes. So yeah. Unfortunately, but yeah, and but anyway, I had a bee inspector come over and I had 0 mites, and I minimized all my treatments and so on and so forth, and liked my setup. She liked my setup. She liked the way I was managing my bees. So yeah, there goes that. Anyway, this is a bit late. We're just touching on a bit of a fence charger thing here. But this is how I do it when there's a bit of a drought situation. That's just water with a spike in it. It creates sort of an artificial ground for your fencer. There's the ground over there. Yeah, it creates sort of an artificial ground. It works really well in drought situations. Bob Beanie has a brilliant one where he just takes like that one there and he runs that into the ground, and then he has every second one, like the middle one is connected to the ground, and that's brilliant. The middle one's connected to the ground, then all the rest of them are charged, which is brilliant. I think that's great. I've seen elaborate setups where they're yeah, that's a lot of work, but they work. I'm not going to say anything bad about it. I'm not going to say they don't work, because they do work, but it's a lot of work. They put sort of a stucco mesh down on the ground, and then they connect their ground to that. And when the bear comes over, he steps on it, and then, you know, touches the fence and gives him a shock. There's nothing wrong with it. It works. But I've simplified things with the water and the spike in it, and I put a little silicone on top, and it's connected up to fence charger, and then the ground is connected to the ground. So they just it simplifies things a bit. You know what I mean? And it does work. Keeps my fence charged during drought situations. But anyway, here's an update to the feeder slash Vivaldi or moisture board kind of thing that I've got here. We'll just go over to this hive. They're not as pissy right now. So I got some insulation here, and I got some shims on top here, and they keep the airflow across. I'm gonna try something a little more permanent, so it just keeps the airflow going up across there, and the insulation soaks up the moisture. This is the plug that I have in the middle. I got rid of like the feeder portion of it. So there's a hole in the middle. This is the plug that goes in the middle because I don't really want them up in the insulation. I just made my own plug out of some wood and some silver duct tape. But anyway, I used the black stuff before around some gloves, and literally the bee stung right through the black stuff and got me right through into my wrists. Right through the black duct tape. So I highly recommend only using the silver if you don't want the bees, to go anywhere. So yeah, the black duct tape doesn't scare them very much. The black duct tape or any other color other than the silver stuff, it's the only stuff I recommend. But anyway, that's just a bit of an update. Just letting the solar panels, I've turned off the power, so I'm letting the solar panels charge up everything. Well, please like and subscribe. I keep forgetting to say that. Talk to you later.